This hearing of the Subcommittee on Transportation HUD will come to order. This hearing is fully virtual, so I'll address very quickly a few housekeeping matters. The chair or staff designated by the chair may mute participants' microphones when they're not under recognition for the purpose of eliminating background noise. Members are responsible for muting and unmuting themselves. If you notice when you're recognized that you've not unmuted yourself, we'll ask the staff to send you a request to unmute yourself. Please then accept that request. I remind all members and all witnesses that the 5-minute clock still applies. If there's a technology issue, we'll move along and come back to you so you can not lose your time. You'll notice a clock on your screen that'll show how much time is remaining. At 1 minute remaining, the clock turns yellow. At 30 seconds, I will remind the member by tapping the gavel that their time is almost expired. Then the clock turns red when the time is up. In terms of the speaking order, we'll begin with the chair and ranking member, and then any other members in order of arrival. Finally, House rules require me to remind you we've set up an email address to which members can send anything they wish to submit in writing at any of our hearings or markups. That email address is available to your staff. Subcommittee will now come to order. Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Subcommittee funds programs that affect every district in the country, from building and repairing our nation's affordable housing to improving our airports, roads, and bridges. The programs in our bill improve safety, provide stable housing for our most vulnerable, and create jobs that further America's economy. We are the Infrastructure Committee, both transportation and housing infrastructure, and we take that very seriously. Today, we will hear testimony from members on programs in the bill. We'll use this information to guide the subcommittee as we assemble our fiscal 2023 bill. I'd like to recognize our ranking member, Mario Diaz-Balart, my friend, for any comments he makes before we begin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I actually just want to thank you for having this. We are, the Appropriations Committee is always constantly trying to get feedback from the members and make sure that we have a better product. I know that the chairman is a little bit under the weather and he's still doing this. So again, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your willingness to always be open to all of the members of Congress, and also your willingness to always work with us on the committee. And with that, I welcome our first witness and I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you very much. And we will turn to that first witness, who is Elaine Luria of Virginia. Ms. Luria, welcome to the subcommittee. You're recognized for 5 minutes. And we will, of course, put your full statement in the hearing record.
Well, thank you, Chairman Price and Ranking Member Diaz-Balart, and my colleagues on the subcommittee for this opportunity. Transportation, infrastructure, and housing are the backbone of safe communities and a thriving economy. And Virginia's 2nd District is the gateway to transport goods from the Chesapeake Bay and the Port of Virginia to the rest of the United States. Annually, the port and its related maritime industries are responsible for 530,000 jobs and $88 billion in spending across the Commonwealth and generate 10% of our gross state product. I'd like to thank the subcommittee on supporting the Rebuilding American Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity, or RAISE grants, and the predecessor programs. My district has received over $29 million in these grants, which were key in improving the ability to transport people and goods from the Port of Virginia. I'd also like to highlight several projects that are important to our constituents. First, Laskin Road, which is part of the National Highway System, is in Virginia Beach, federally identified as a road important to the nation's economy, defense, and mobility. I requested $2 million to improve the existing alignment of Laskin Road from Red Robin Road to Oriole Drive for a length of approximately 0.6 miles, as well as minor improvements at Birdneck Road. Improvements to Laskin Road will widen this to 4 lanes, from 4 lanes to a traditional 6-lane divided highway with a median, as well as a sidewalk and shared use path for bicycles and pedestrians. I'm also requesting $3 million for the Nemo Parkway Phase 7B project to improve access to the Sandbridge area and provide a more resilient hurricane evacuation route for the residents. In the event of an obstruction that blocks the road completely, to include flooding, vehicle crashes, fallen trees, Sandbridge Road is impassable, and the only current detour is through the high security military facility of Naval Air Station Oceana and Dam Neck. The detour can only be opened with permission from the U.S. Navy. With this funding, we will bring greater transportation reliability and safety to the residents and visitors of Virginia Beach. For many individuals, including coastal Virginia and across the nation, sidewalks and bike lanes are crucial commutes and vital for accessing services. The Duffy's Lane Transit Center relocation in Norfolk requests $500,000 to construct a Hampton Roads Transit Bus Center on West Ocean View Avenue at a highly visible location to ensure a safer environment for the nearly 1,000 daily bus patrons. In Virginia Beach, I'm requesting $2 million for the Virginia Beach Trail, which would connect different city centers and zones for further economic development and ease. It will also connect low and moderate income areas to a larger trail system. In Williamsburg, which was the first municipality founded in the Commonwealth in 1632 and became the capital of the Virginia colony in 1699, the Williamsburg African American Heritage Trail will tell a further story of its history by highlighting African American history and a storytelling that will unite us in a thread and understanding and respect for all those who came before us. Essential investments in infrastructure cannot be forgotten for rural America. This includes projects such as expanding and modernizing our sewer system on Virginia's Eastern Shore. This is why I ask for your support for 2 projects on Virginia's Eastern Shore, the Exmoor Sewage Collection System and the Wachapreak Sewer Line and Pump Station. The Exmoor Sewage Collection System project will not only serve Exmoor, but will impact the entire Northampton County. The $3 million project would be used to rebuild the sanitary sewer collection system and expand the system to provide service for affordable housing. Moving north into Accomack County, it's my request for $3.09 million for the Wachapreak Sewer Line and Pump Station. The average age of Wachapreak Township's septic tanks and drainage fields is over 50 years, exceeding by more than a decade the expected lifespan of these septic systems. This situation poses a health risk to privately owned wells and an environmental risk to the Atlantic Ocean and its barrier islands that are adjacent to Wachapreak. I would like to highlight several programs that are critical not only for coastal Virginia, but for America. As a 20-year Navy veteran, I appreciate the value of this subcommittee's funding brings to my top 2 program requests, the Department of Transportation's Maritime Security Program and the Housing and Urban Development's HUD-VASH program. Again, I would like to extend my thanks for the prior support of RAISE grants, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to highlight the importance of investing in infrastructure to our district, our constituents, and our nation. And I yield back.
Well, thank you. I think it's fair to say you packed a good deal into a 5-minute statement. A number of requests, some for other subcommittees, most for ours. We'll certainly take this under advisement. We appreciate all the work you've done to assess the needs of your district and to relate them to the opportunities in our bill. So thank you. I don't have any further questions. We will look at your full statement printed in the record. Mr. Diaz-Balart, you have any questions?
Mr. Chairman, just I want to thank the Congresswoman Luria for bringing up these important issues. Look, it's important for members to do this, right? We should never leave it up to the bureaucrats and the bureaucracy to fight for the issues that are important in our country, that frankly the members tend to have a better grasp of, right? So I want to thank her, and I hope that other members will do the same as our witness has done today. Mr. Chairman, she highlighted a number of specific projects in her district. She also highlighted a couple of general items. One of them is ports funding. You know, I do want to tell you, Mr. Chairman, and I guess we can pat ourselves on the back because it was you and I that for the first time actually set aside money for ports, something that we thought was important. This was a subcommittee priority. It had not happened before, and so again, Mr. Chairman, just one of those areas where we have been saying for many years that this tends to be the infrastructure committee. Not that others are not important, but we get our job done, and so that's just another area that I wanted to highlight from her testimony this morning. I want to thank you again for coming forward, for testifying, for bringing up issues that are important to you. As the representative of the people in your area, and as the chairman said, we take this very seriously. We will be looking at those requests, and again, with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Well, thank you very much. You're of course absolutely right about the ports funding and where that started, and fortunately others have picked up on it, including the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Now there are other possibilities, but still, this year-to-year funding in the appropriations bill is absolutely critical, and will remain so. Ms. Luria, thank you for the testimony. I have no further questions, and if we have no further comments, we will adjourn the hearing. Thank you very much.